What Happened at Fatima, Chapter 1. Hello, my name is Antonio, and welcome to the America Needs Fatima YouTube channel. Today we begin telling the story of Fatima. The story of Fatima begins with the apparition of the angel in 1915, another apparition in 1916, and then Our Lady appears in 1917. In 1915, Lucia dos Santos was tending sheep in the field near the little town of Aljustrel, where she lived with her parents. And she was tending sheep in a field with three other girls. The names of these girls were Teresa Matias, Maria Rosa, and Maria Justino. These four girls were taking care of sheep, and they had stopped to say their rosary. I imagine they got on their knees, they were praying, when all of a sudden, one of them spotted over the field a apparition, which at first looked like a ghost. Now, let's remember a little bit where we are in history. So this is the beginning of the 20th century. No television, no video games, no special effects. These girls were not used to any of this sort of thing. So this apparition, shocked them. They had never seen anything like that. The apparition was, in the words of Sister Lucia, I have her here. Sister Lucia described the apparition as a figure like a statue made of snow, which the rays of the sun turned somewhat transparent. The other girls also, described the apparition as being a young man. It had the form of a young man, wrapped in sheets, but, glowing a lot of light. And the apparition just went from east to west, and then it came a little closer and it stopped over a tree, and it just sat there. The angel did not say anything. Well, imagine the girls were quite startled, but they finished their rosary nevertheless, and then the apparition just slowly vanished. Well, they went home, and Lucia decided not to say anything at home, but the other three girls got talking. So eventually the news got to Lucia's mother, who began questioning her daughter. And here begins a certain amount of suffering for Lucia, because some people began to mock her. She became known as the girl that saw apparitions and ghosts, young glowing men wrapped in sheets, who knows what. And this was a good amount of suffering for her throughout the apparitions. But nevertheless, she bared it well. And but it so happened that the same apparition repeated itself 3 times. So again, more or less 2 weeks later, the same 4 girls were again in the field tending sheep, and the same angel appeared again. 2 weeks later, more or less, the same thing. So 3 times. So 1915, the angel of Portugal, who later we came to know to be the Angel of Portugal, appeared 3 times, did not speak a word, and then just vanished. And that was it. So what this apparition, seems to be, I would say, it was like a preparation, especially for Lucia, okay, a preparation for what was coming. Because the next year, the same angel appeared again, but this time he spoke with her. And then the following year after that, Our Lady came. So the angel came to prepare the children to receive the Mother of God. This is what this was all about. Now, just a word about credibility. If you have never heard about the Fatima apparition, you may have some difficulties in believing, an apparition like this. And Our Lady knew this, and this is why at the end of her apparitions in 1917, in October, Our Lady performed an amazing miracle called the Miracle of the Sun. I will tell you all about it in full detail, what actually happened. But this is a miracle that Our Lady, from the beginning, promised the children that she will perform in order to prove to the people that her message, her apparitions were true and important. By the time this miracle happened, there were 70,000 people at the location where the apparitions were taking place, and 70,000 people witnessed this amazing miracle. Later on, I will dedicate one of these videos, one of these episodes, to reading a little bit from a book called Meet the Witnesses. What this book is a very serious work done by Fatima scholar John Hafford, who many decades ago he went to Fatima and he interviewed. This is I believe it was the 1940s. He interviewed a lot of the different witnesses, people that had seen this amazing miracle of the sun. The sun, spun, it kind of precipitated itself, it moved all over the place. The description of Sister Lucia is impressive, okay? Something much more, let's say, shocking than some of these movies we have today. Anyway, this was real life. So this was done by Our Lady in order to confirm to the people then, and for us as well, that her apparitions were true, and her message most important. My dear friends, this concludes the first chapter of the story of Fatima. And before I let you go, I left a link below where you can go to the American Needs Fatima site, where you can check for yourself and find the entire story of Fatima if you want to read more about it. But I do encourage you to come back here, and when we will have chapter 2, the second apparition of the angel 1 year later. Until then, I wish you the best, and may Jesus and Mary bless you.